Hello, this is Steven Hour, and we are back with another Batman 66 episode review. So let's kick off. So let's finish where we last left off. Where we last left off, King Tut is back in town and is trying to essentially spread this new mind control liquid known as Abu Rabu Simbu 2. And by Robin's own stupidity, he's now trapped in this room where the floor is slowly moving, and if Robin doesn't get out, he is soon going to be eaten by crocodiles. We then use the opening credits, and then we get back into the episode. Batman managed to find Tut's hideout by tracing the radioactive bat pellets he planted in Robin's utility belt with the Bat Geiger counter in the Batmobile. And yes, I know that sentence may sound implausible, but like I said, Batman 66, get with the program. Using his bat laser, which when thinking about it, he surprisingly doesn't really use as much, so it's a nice refreshing turn. Uses that to melt the bar windows where Robin is stuck in the room about to be eaten by crocodiles. And he then uses some bat rope, which he uses to swing and saves Robin, just as the platform that he was on under his feet was about to be essentially completely gone. And then they end up returning to the Batmobile. However, and just as this is happening, Robin reveals that Commissioner Gordon's new secretary, Cleo Patrick, is actually a spy for King Tut and is his new Queen of the Nile. Both intent on warning Commissioner Gordon about the incident, they end up calling on the Bat phone. But just as that, we cut to Police Commissioner Gordon's office, where it turns out Gordon is about to step out on essentially a luncheon, on a lunch date, I'm assuming, and has put Chief O'Hara in charge of the department. Just as that happens, Cleo comes in and gives essentially Chief O'Hara a pill, saying that it is, standard operating procedure, and he takes it. Just as that's happening, Batman quickly gets on the phone, tells Chief O'Hara about everything when he realized he couldn't reach Gordon, and explains everything, and tells him not to take a pill. Just as he says that, Chief O'Hara realizes he's just taken one. He then turns around and finds King Tut in the police department's headquarters, and King Tut then puts him, Chief O'Hara, under his spell. He then makes him essentially walk out on the ledge, doing silly stuff, and then do some somersaults on a pole. Now, it's obviously not the real actor doing it; it is a stunt double, but it is funny nonetheless. Just as that's happening, Batman arrives at the police headquarters and manages to spot Chief O'Hara from the ledge and quickly runs up, and he and Robin quickly run up to get him. Just as King Tut notices Batman, he and his girl make their escape, despite Cleo seeming to have a little crush on him. They quickly run the hell out of there, literally take the elevator down just as Robin and Batman use the elevator to get up, and then quickly get to Chief O'Hara and bring him in safely. We then cut back to the Batcave, where essentially Batman and Robin are having some kind of discussion. Batman is drinking a whole bunch of buttermilk, and just as that's happened, they get a call from Commissioner Gordon, who is now under King Tut's spell, to meet him at Gotham Park, where the Sphinx has made its return and has made a few ultimatums. And later that day, Gordon, Batman, and Robin are at essentially Gotham Square Park, and when the Sphinx has made its another predictions, basically saying it's gonna take control of Gotham. Just as that's happened, Gordon goes and gets some lemonade, which is drugged, that he gets to Batman, and they take a drink. Robin has answered a phone call from the phone booth, where it's revealed that it's King Tut. Batman goes to answer, and just as you know it, Batman is under King Tut's spell. Just as they make their way out of the park, Robin is ambushed by King Tut's men and are taken to King Tut's lair. And it's revealed that King Tut prepares to go to the waterworks, where he plans to spike the city's water supply with his drug. And just as King Tut's men are about to send Batman and Robin to be fed by the alligators, despite a little funny little moment by King Tut's henchwoman, where King Tut says, "We keep that up to you, lady, then we're crocodiles have a 3-course meal, It's funny stuff. And it revealed that Batman was never under King Tut's spell, as he breaks and says that he had coated his stomach with buttermilk so he wouldn't be affected by the drug. King Tut makes his escape, and Batman and Robin fight off the thugs. It's a nice, fun fight scene, in my opinion, really fun, with a very different type of music. King Tut makes his escape to the truck, where water starts leaking everywhere. Batman and Robin prevent him from escaping in a truck. And by the way, this is not a normal truck for 66. This is like something you would expect from like the 20s or even early 20th century. And again, it's a nice little fun nose for detail. Just as that's happening, King Tut gets a little taste of his own medicine and essentially ends up, just as he's being his usual crybaby self, some of the drug gets in his system and he ends up under mind control and becomes essentially loyal to Batman. I really love that. Now, we then end the episode back at Police Commissioner Gordon's office, where basically Gordon's no longer under the effects of Abu Rabu Simbu 2, and it turns out that the said Abu Rabu Simbu 2 has somehow managed to revert King Tut back to his Yale professor Egyptology alter ego persona back. And we then end with essentially King Tut being sent away, well, should I say Professor William Hart McElroy being sent away, Batman and Robin then leaving, saying if they ever need help, we're by the bat phone, and Gordon once again breaking the fourth wall. Next time, and we end the episode with saying next time Batman and Robin will be tackling the greatest mother of them all, Ma Parker. Like I said, nothing really changes in this episode. I like how Gordon and Chief O'Hara are essentially under mind control, which is all fun and good. I like how Batman is a little bit ahead on trying to defeat King Tut and just think a few moves ahead. Robin, again, it's just nice to see them, and we don't get much of Alfred or Aunt Harriet in these episodes, and I would argue we don't get them much at all. But then again, when it comes to Batman 66, we're all interested in the villains. Like, come on, let's be frank, we're all interested in them. Victor Buono as King Tut, hands down, one of the best bits about 66. These two pair of episodes, and including the previous one, Victor Buono has finally become King Tut. He's finally become the character that the show has known him for. The crybaby antics will become a bit more, and the caper of essentially to poison the Gotham City water supply and turn everyone into a mindless zombie is pretty fun and ingenious villain plan, and surprisingly this will not be the last time a supervillain will try to poison the Gotham City water supply for their own nefarious ends. It's all very fun and good. Victor Buono is just great. I get some problems with the plot, sometimes a bit too out there even for this show, but for me Victor Buono is slowly coming into his own. A character, like I said in the previous one, shouldn't work, but does. Again, I guess for certain characters, you need the best actor to pull them off. And his chemistry with the Tutlings, his gang, are all fun. Aminos Fatufa constantly saying those words, and King Tut going, "If you say that again, I'm gonna slap you." Which I was like, mate, you're reading my mind. The henchman who could barely read, the one that is absolutely loyal to a fault, and the other one that is essentially a little bit disturbed. Again, all fun and good. Though Cleo is another essentially eye candy, mindless, and kind of bit eye-rolling to a degree. I gotta admit, but other than that, King Tut, absolutely great. Tut's Case is Shut for me is another good two-parter. It really goes well with the first part, and overall for me, these two pair of episodes for me managed to fix King Tut as a character. However, plot-wise, I still feel we could maybe do something more with the Egyptology thing, and maybe personality-wise, but overall these are two very fun pairs of episodes, and I enjoyed every minute of them. Absolutely fun. There we have it, Tut's Case is Shut, a really great two-parter, and of course this will not be the last time we'll see King Tut. We'll get one more chance with him in Season 2, but that's a long way away, so we'll wait till then. Tune in next time. With Batman, we're going up against Ma Parker for the first and sadly the last time, so tune in to that time. Until then, this has been the Steven Hour, and at the next Steven time, the same Steven Hour, the same Steven channel. Ladies and gentlemen, so long for now.